On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, oh boy, get ready. I hope that you are excited because we're going to do another round of Howard's Hot Takes. This time it's fast food edition, and boy, are there some good hot takes, and boy, does it take up most of the show. But don't worry, there's lots of comedy, there's lots of humor, there's some great things that come out of it. You're going to have a great time with it, and that's good because you're here, in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V. Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, porpoises, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Oh, come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that may or may not be scripted by AI. Who knows? We know you'll never know. I am your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder! How's it going tonight?
There was an echo for my entrance. Holy shit. What is this? 2012?
We're just keeping it old school this year.
I guess you were worried about us having content. Man, off with a bang. You know what? I'm doing okay. Glad to be here. Glad, as always, to be hanging out and doing the show. As tough as it is sometimes to figure out what's going on. Where are we? Local Geek's already throwing stuff in the chat. He hasn't even been introduced yet. Doc is hanging out west, and he's ready to go on a quest because the temple guards are screaming his name. We just gave away everybody who's so far on this episode because the tavern door... Is that thing still on the hinges? Is it good now, Howard?
I mean, look, thankfully nobody's kicked it in for a while, so it's still standing.
There's still time. All right. Howard, you want to do the thing? Because it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show.
What? You mean what's on tap?
Ah, he says a thing! He does a thing!
Yeah.
This is like morning radio at a station you never want to listen to.
All we're missing is the cheesy sound effects. We can add those in later.
Add those in. Yeah.
We'll do it in post.
We just need to have the call-in trivia contest, and we're there. 100%.
You win the gargantuan! I have a free. I don't even have anything free. I can't give anything away. Howard, what do we have for free? What do you got sitting around there that we can give away? Sweet. An old pill bottle. Great. That'll be good. Tastes like paint, water, and oxy.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's because I use old pill bottles for holding miniatures when I paint them. So
that's what they all say.
I do have to clarify there, Kidder. When you say paint, water, and oxy, are you referring to a particular IPA that you've had?
An IPA? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be an IPA.
Anyway, we're in What's on Tap, so we should probably get to What's on Tap. Curtis, hey, go ahead. I don't know. Just what you have.
Kidder was so into the fact that he needed to prove that this isn't scripted by AI that he skipped our whole how you doing? How you doing? Went right to the alcohol, which I can respect. But yeah, I'm here. I'm actually celebrating. I received a promotion at work. Took about 2 years of work with my previous manager of recruitment, but it finally went through. So that's good. And I'm also making sure to avoid being kidnapped by Kirk Fogg. Allegedly. Allegedly.
The temple guards are still looking for you.
I've outrun them so far. Tonight, I actually have another one of the spiked Jones soda.
Oh.
This one is MF Grape. I will let you decide what the MF stands for, so we don't have to do any editing later.
Maynard Ferguson.
Right. Anyway, it is a 6.9% alcohol by volume. As I shared when I had the orange and cream one, they do say, just like with the regular Jones sodas, you can send in your photo and might see it on the can. This wonderful photo here of a man in, I think that looks like a Sasquatch suit, was sent in by one Michael Bloom of Seattle, Washington. So
I thought of all of the people, you and Howard would appreciate the Maynard Ferguson reference.
So actually, this is not bad. It really just tastes like a grape soda. There's just only like the tiniest hint that there's alcohol in it, which means at almost 7% ABV, it could be a very dangerous thing because you're really going to knock it back. But it's actually pretty good. I'd probably give it like a 4.25 on a 5. I could drink this for a while. These are the only two flavors I've found so far, though, is the orange and cream and the MF grape. But I'll keep my eyes peeled for any other varieties.
Nice.
Sounds good to me. I'd like to try that. I don't.
I have to bring you an IPA. I can't bring you this. Sorry. I can bring this for Howard and then for Local Geek, but not for you. Sorry.
So disappointed right now.
I'm supposed to tell you it's because it is Cafe Disco, not a disco cafe.
Oh, I thought it was Beyond the Butter.
No. But EK did tell me to tell you hello, and he did actually remind me about the Cafe Disco cafe thing. So
I mean, that was a long time ago.
I know, but he hasn't forgotten.
Was that something that I said on the radio?
No. You said I was on the phone with him and you yelled it out.
It was a different time and a different world.
we all hold on to different things for different reasons. So,
well,
but anyway, others are drinking. We can hear what they're opening up.
Yeah, Local Geek, what you having?
Well, I'm still on call from last week, so I'm still not partaking in the alcohol, but I did go over to the old kegerator and poured myself a big tall glass of beer of the root variety.
Nice.
It's pretty tasty.
Nice.
So you made some homemade root beer and you didn't share it?
I mean, I used the SodaStream root beer syrup and some carbonated water.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, but you still made it at home. I mean, come on.
True, I did make it at home.
It's not any 1919, but...
Oh, no. The good stuff. The good stuff.
So before Howard and I have our drinks, my question for you, Doc, can you get 1919 out west yet?
I believe there's been at least one or two places we've been that they've actually had it. Because if they have it on tap, there's no question. It's always what EK orders. And I seem to think he has ordered it before. It's not everywhere. It's not nearly as common as out that way, but I have seen it in a few places.
That makes me happy. Spread the love and the good quality root beer. I mean, A&W on tap is delicious too if you can get the A&W root beer, but ours has been closed for some time. There's one in Dickinson that's still open that has it on the soda fountain, but you can't, on tap, quote unquote, like ours used to in Bismarck.
What did you do to them to make them close there, kidder? We still have them everywhere out here.
I used to go all the time, and then I went to college, and so I think my business just left. And then
you come back every weekend just to get yourself a nice frosty mug.
But we had it at the Union, remember?
That's true. Although they don't have it anymore. They don't have it there anymore.
Yeah, because I'm done with college. Because they got rid of it. I'm done with college. So I didn't have that. But then it turned into Rez's pitch, and then they decided to retire and sell the building, and now it's a damn bank.
Have you been into the bank to see if they have root beer on tap?
I should go there. It's a Western Bank and Trust, and I should go in there and be like, excuse me. They're like, hi, would you like to open an account or have a home loan? And I'm like, no, do you have any root beer?
I know, I think you should, and you should bring in your own like glass mug, fresh from the freezer. Still got the frost on the outside, and just
on it.
set it down on the teller counter and say, "Oh, fill her up."
I would like a refill, please. Sir, this is a bank. Don't tell me how to live. How am I going to need your help to record that?
Okay. Kidder, are you ready for another one already?
I'm thirsty, yes.
Yes.
Clearly.
But before you tell us what you're drinking, I need each of you to give me a number between 1 and 60.
45.
13.
7.
Yeah. Anyway, Kidder, what are you having?
I am going classic with the Bud Light Platinum. 6% on this guy. Made allegedly in St. Louis, Missouri. It is 6% alcohol by volume. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. 12 fluid ounces in the slim can. We talked about it before on the show, and it's brewed for the night. I've rated this before, so I kind of enjoy this a little bit more than Budweiser or Bud Light, just for it tastes a little extra peppery for whatever reason, and the alcohol content's like double.
I always felt like it's a little bit smoother too, but
yeah,
it just goes down a little easier, which can be dangerous when it has a higher alcohol by volume too.
I like it.
Anybody else hear music?
I don't know what you're saying, Howard.
I hear a copyright strike coming. Anyway.
You're a copyright strike.
Great.
Local Geek even smiled at that one.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Gentlemen, I am having another one that I believe was gifted to me by Kidder. It is from the Bismarck Distillery. It is their berry lemon fruit punch. So, I think we've read this on the show a couple of times, but it is 5% alcohol by volume. Drink what you like. Made with lemon-flavored vodka, with fruit concentrate and carbonation. It is ready to drink. The serving size is 1 can. That's good to know. And created by the good people at Bismarck Distillery, Bismarck, North Dakota. So, finally getting around to all of these, Kidder, that you gave me like months ago.
That's all right.
It's got a nice smell to it. That's not bad. It's definitely got a nice start with the lemon, and then it switches to a berry taste. And luckily, it's a vodka drink. It's not beer, because you know me, I don't like fruit and beer. If Kidder would have given me a fruity beer, that would have been an act of treason.
Or a cider drink.
But I mean, those berries come in. It is like a strong, very berry taste. One might say that it is like the fury of a horde.
Would you also say that it's kind of like singing the songs of a good time and singing the songs of a best time?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean, but it's good. It's decent, which is good because I think the last thing I had from the Bismarck Distillery was not very good. It was probably made by some goblin war chief somewhere. And for anybody who's wondering why Howard is throwing in all these weird things, I don't know. I tried to spice up my review. I asked you guys for numbers. I drew random cards out of a deck of Magic the Gathering cards and then was trying to work the titles into the review. So,
and I was singing or stating Chumbawamba.
Well, of course you were stating Chumbawamba. I mean,
listen, nobody reacted, so I had to make sure that people knew.
I was going to ask if he was going to be pissing the night away.
Absolutely. With all these drinks.
We have made these jokes before on the show.
Welcome to episode 200, where the jokes are still the same and all of this is still made up.
Yeah, we're now recycling jokes, so you're welcome.
Okay, well, here's the fact of where we are in all of this is that nobody's watched the past 200 episodes anyway, and so it's new content to them.
I don't know about that. I would rate this probably a 3.8.
Solid.
It's solid. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. I'm gonna enjoy sipping on it for the next 42 minutes and 48 seconds.
Goals.
Yeah, no, I'll probably finish it before that.
I do want to explore the AI summary of the podcast that was pulled up earlier.
It did pretty well, actually.
Not bad. No, Beers, Booze, and BS is a podcast that aims to create a relaxing conversational atmosphere.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. No, it did pretty well on describing us. Range of topics, including hobbies, stories, what they're drinking, beer, whiskey, etc. TV and movie.
Yeah, I just noticed it cut it off.
Yeah. So essentially, it's a podcast that captures the feeling of having a relaxed conversation with friends over drinks, covering a variety of entertainment. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we aim for around here.
We hope so.
What would be nice is if now we can get AI to push our algorithm to then push this show into the mainstream so we can actually get people to watch the damn thing.
There's the rest of what it cut off.
Comment. Drop your info in the comments. Help us out. We want to hear what you're doing, what you're watching.
Apparently, there's also discussions of video games, board games, and hacky.
Podcast out that features recurring guests like JS Gunslinger and the Local Geek, adding to the late.
How did he get on there first?
I don't know.
Probably because he's armed. That's how.
He threatened his way, and I see how it is.
I mean, I know you're armed as well, but still, like, he's the gunslinger, so.
Yeah. Anyway, also, like, this podcast has a laid-back, informal vibe, perfect for listeners who want to unwind and enjoy some friendly banter.
It makes me want to watch this show.
I'm like, what am I missing? Why haven't I seen this?
I'm on it every week. What did I miss?
Well, part of that is like, yeah, in the moment, we're constantly trying to think of topics, jokes, quips, all of that. If you go back and you actually listen to the show, and I've done that every now and then, like there are times where it's like, yeah, this is kind of just a nice laid back thing, and there's funny things that crack me up that happen. I sometimes laugh harder at stuff than I did in the moment. So, good times. I'm really excited for, at the time of us recording this, I just got done with the thumbnail for the episode that releases next week. It's good. It's really good. So.
Is that the episode where everybody busts the door down?
No, that one came out last week.
Okay.
So, it's the one where JS was battling the electrical outlet.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I think people will approve of that one.
The one that seemed to have an electrical life of its own.
Yeah.
Probably Jimi Hendrix. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
You know, I saw something. I saw a picture today. I was scrolling through Facebook, and I had to show it. to the people I was sitting with because I don't know that I want to know. But someone took a picture and there was a sign posted in it looked like a communal bathroom, so probably in like a university residence or something, and it said, "Due to recent events, Ouija boards are no longer allowed in the bathroom." And my reaction was, I don't know that I want to know what these recent events are. But at the same time, I'm curious to what would be a recent event that would cause people to ban Ouija boards from the bathroom.
It's kind of funny that you mentioned that there's a sign put up in a bathroom, because I too saw a photo of a sign that had been placed in a bathroom this week that said, "Please use the urinal or toilet to pee, not the floor drain." Because there's the urinal,
yep,
and then there's the wall with the toilet, right? And then there's a floor drain over here, right? Like, really, you got to put up a sign? It's that bad?
You caught me off guard there because I thought you were going to say not the sink, because that would have been like a logical.
It's true. It's true. I mean, yeah, there's no signs as far as I'm aware about peeing in the sink, so go for it until we get another sign.
It's probably better than the floor drain, all things considered. But
Yeah, but it for those of you out in the audience who have kids and have gone through potty training, you know what it's like when they say, "I gotta go," and you race into the bathroom and you're hoping that something is available for them to use. So I can also see that situation. "I'm sorry, son, all the toilets are used. Go for the floor drain."
You guys know those advertisements they put on the walls by the urinals and stuff?
Well, yeah,
Was it
off-the-wall marketing.
I was in a Buffalo Wild Wings bathroom several years ago, and the one in front of the urinals had an ad front and center, said, "Stop pissing your money away."
I forgot about those because I don't think I've seen those here. Like, we don't have those out here.
Well, hey, look,
Because here, even the advertisers respect that there are certain moments in life that should be private.
Maybe.
Unless you're looking for a good time, then call the number on the stall door.
Well, that's viral marketing, That's word of mouth advertising. That's not paid advertising.
True.
The things we have sunk to in this episode.
This episode's gone in the toilet.
Listen, y'all are talking about
at that segment yet, although we could be.
Y'all are making fun and laughing and stuff, but let's be honest, the big dogs on my former radio station, KJ 108, had toilet humor and toilet stories for 25 years, and it's made them number one in the valley for those 25 years. And so we're on to something. This might be the most watched episode ever.
No, I think what you pointed out there just says a lot about the kind of people that live in the valley.
Well, they do like to beat off every fall, so there's that. Yeah, thank you very much. That's some sweet humor that also relates to farming.
Yeah. Anyway, we should change this topic very quickly.
Farm Sim 25 is out, Howard. Rude Boy's been playing, but he hasn't been playing as much of that as Outbrk. He and I were playing Outbrk already a few weeks ago, trying to get some tornadoes, and the game was glitching and all kinds of stuff. But they issued an update, and now no cheating, or you'll be banned.
Who's cheating in a tornado chasing simulator?
Hey, it's.
I mean,
I was gonna say if Kidder could, he would.
I just want some more points. Then I can buy the Dominator, and then I'm good. Because I don't need to buy the shoes, the pants, and the shirts for my character. By the way, who charges $7,000 for a shirt?
And a virtual shirt. It's not even like something that you have to like keep.
Yeah, seriously. Come on.
It's not, it's not like some, good Legends of the Hidden Temple swag.
Also, you have to question how accurate of a simulator is it when they think that storm chasers are buying $7,000 shirts.
Or multiple shirts.
I mean, they must be getting some very sick, grants from the government to be funding that research.
We were playing games, doing some things. There's a new update. I tried playing, and you know what happened? Put the probe down in the path of the tornado. Got stuck when I backed away from the tornado, and then the tornado turned and picked me up and killed me. So I think the game dynamics have gone downhill.
You seem to die from the tornadoes pretty frequently in that game.
Statistically, no. We're usually pretty good.
Sure.
Hey, listen, how many chases have you and I been on?
2.
Did you die?
No.
100%. Bam! Good to go.
Okay.
You said anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to switch this to a different topic, but I didn't want to cut you off if you had more video game shenanigans you wish to throw down. In that case, it's time to bring back one of our newest segments, which is basically a reworking of an old segment. Gentlemen, it is time to play a little game of Howard's Hot Takes. Which is fitting because for anyone who doesn't know, the questions I ask are AI generated because I don't have time to think of questions. But if you're new to this, I have a couple of categories here. The gentleman will pick a category. I'm going to ask 5. I'm cutting it down because it went too long last time. 5 questions that are meant to incite hot takes. So, gentlemen, the category options for tonight, we have fast food, sci-fi TV, and rock music. What category would you like to do tonight?
I cannot choose, therefore I like all of the above.
It's almost like Howard chose them to incite things out of you.
Listen, you know what grinds my gears is how we're doing this. We have to choose one or the other, because that's some right there.
I mean, listen, I just came up with some things that I knew we normally talked about and would have opinions on. And I've just cycled through them. So
I got an opinion for you right here.
They'll come back up. So if you don't choose rock music, it's not like, oh, you'll never get rock music again.
I defer to our educated member of the show, and that would be Doc.
And I'm going to go unexpected. Thanks for that introduction. Let's go with fast food.
All right. So, category A for tonight is fast food. And to help kind of keep this as hot takes, we're going to go for fast answers. The turn order that we're going to start with Kidder, because why not? But we'll go Kidder, Local Geek, and then Curtis. And then we'll switch it off. So, every question somebody else will be answering first. So, Kidder, you're up first. Question 1. Best fast food French fries.
McDonald's. With no salt.
Okay. Local Geek.
I see Doc is shaking his head. Here's reason. Number 1, they have to make them fresh.
Not true.
What do you mean not true?
That's been debunked. It doesn't mean it necessarily made fresh just because you order it without salt.
I'm going to throw something over here because every time I've ordered that, they've been made fresh. Hot and running now.
You still get them fresh, but that's not the way to guarantee getting fresh fries at McDonald's.
I'm not guaranteeing the fresh fries. I'm guaranteeing less sodium intake.
But that's not what you said. You said, but hear me out. It's because then you know they're fresh.
Okay, fine.
Plus, the salt is one of the best parts.
This is already working.
I'm gonna take gallons of salt and send it to you. This
No,
is
that's not true to what it is though. They don't put gallons of salt on it. Like you're going to an extreme.
over like an hour. I'm sure they do.
Over an hour? What? No. What? Have you been to a McDonald's?
Not today.
An hour? Really? Okay.
How are you fiending, son of a Yeah. Local geek, what's your favorite restaurant?
So, regular French fries, I'm going to agree with Kidder and go McDonald's. But Arby's curly fries are where it's at.
Curtis?
Goodness. I was going to say McDonald's with salt. But I mean, Arby's curly fries. You can't go wrong there with Arby's curly fries. So, I mean, that's just it. If you're at Arby's, it's the curly fries. But if you're not going to Arby's and you're wanting something other than roast beef, it's McDonald's.
All right. For question 2, Local Geek, you're on deck to answer first. What is the most overrated fast food item?
Oh, boy. I'm going to say the Whopper.
Curtis?
Chick-fil-A chicken. It is greasy and soggy, and I don't understand why people rave about it.
That's a good hot take. It's a good hot
I see
take.
that. I think for the sandwiches, that's definitely true. For the nuggets, it's usually okay.
I will say I've only had the actual like pieces of chicken one time, and I felt like it was also just greasy and soggy, just like the sandwich. So I was like, no more.
What's interesting is they use
Their waffle fries. Their waffle fries are good.
Oh, yeah,
Their chicken is not.
with no salt.
I'm going to bring you a bag of salt.
Yeah, you're salty, all right. What's interesting is they use a pickle brine or something like pickle related to cook their chicken or their batter.
Why?
I can't remember what it is, but it's pickle related, and it's still, yeah. I would have to choose the Popeyes chicken sandwich over Chick-fil-A.
Oh, okay. Like, it's better then.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were choosing that as your most overrated item, and we were going to have some words.
Yeah. I've been sitting here thinking since he said the most overrated item, and I'm like, I go to so many freaking fast food restaurants. What is overrated? I don't know, because I like so many things at so many different places. I like the Whopper idea because it's flame broiled, but it's just a burger with no mustard. Like I'm truly at a loss, Howard. I don't know which is more overrated out of the fast food places. How about here's one for you: Raising Cane's as a whole, because it's only chicken strips. Overrated.
Have you tried the dipping sauce?
I have, and that's not piece of the overrated. It's Raising Cane's as a whole, because all they sell is the chicken strips.
But you know though, there's some wisdom to that though, because
I know
one of the, I mean, it's not so much in fast food, but in like the culinary industry in general, they often say like the more focused your menu, generally the more confident you can be in the food. Because you think of a place like Cheesecake Factory that has a menu that's like 45 pages long and nothing's good, because how can you make good things? I mean, it's all from frozen. Like how can you make good things when you have to make that many? But if you really only have like 2 or 3 items and you can focus on that.
Yeah. I've watched Shark Tank too, so I know. I've seen that episode where what's his name talks about that. Howard, I'm sure you know, right? You know who owns Raising Cane's, right?
No.
The segment's off to a great start. I'm throwing them under the bus just for only offering the chicken strips.
Okay.
It was bad because I wanted Raising Cane's.
Do you want to hear my most overrated fast food item? The Wendy's Frosty.
Yes.
Did you hear they're jazzing it up? They're going to start allowing you to put in like toppings and add-ins.
I mean, that doesn't help.
Why?
To compete with the McFlurry and give additional flavor options to it.
You need to fix the base before you like you can drop like gummy bears in that, but it's still like pasty, powdery nastiness.
Question 3. We're starting with Curtis this time. And it is sauce that makes or breaks a fast food experience. So what sauce makes or breaks a fast food experience? You just go either way.
I'm not sure I understand the prompt.
So basically it's which fast food sauce is the best or the worst? It kind of combines the two.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with this just because I had it last night, and it's. I mean, I absolutely enjoy it, and I think it's one of the best. But Wingstop, which I don't think you all have there, their mango habanero is like one of the best sauces. It's better than that thing that Buffalo Wild Wings calls a mango. It's so good. It was probably like one of the best sauces.
All right, Kidder.
Could you repeat the question?
Sauce that makes or breaks a fast food experience. So you can go with either the best or the worst sauce.
I was gonna say, could you use it in a sentence? But
I think he already answered that on the last question when he
Yes,
said
indeed,
something
he did.
about not having
Indeed,
mustard.
yes, he did. The sauce or makes or breaks.
Yeah.
So, I visit a lot of restaurants. I don't know why Curtis is laughing.
Peter's gonna make his own like fast food Michelin guide.
I mean, if I have to. Sauce. So I love the homemade sauces or the in-restaurant made sauces because those have a little bit more flavor and substance compared to the corporate or whatever branded sauces. So locally or regionally, Lucky's 13 makes a lot of sauces in-house, which is really good. They have a lot of great sauces. Interestingly enough, as commercialized as Buffalo Wild Wings is, B-Dubs ships in their house-made sauces. So like the ranch and then, of course, the wing sauces are all shipped in, usually in a bag and usually fresh. Like the ranch is shipped in and fresh, which is weird, but it's really good. And then there's a couple others that are along the same lines. So they're not made in the restaurant, but they're shipped in fresh. I still absolutely love honey barbecue at Buffalo Wild Wings. When it was a temporary flavor and they took it off the menu. We happened to be in Omaha. And I don't know. I think Doc was on this trip. Howard, I don't think you were on the trip. Did you go to Omaha for the Res Hall conference for McCurr?
I forget which trip I was on.
So
I never went to Omaha.
You didn't go to, or it was Lincoln. My bad. It was Lincoln. We stopped in Omaha, but it was Lincoln.
I don't think I went to.
I thought you did.
Oh, no, I don't think I did. I went to Kearney.
Kearney. Because I think Lincoln was the one with the hotel incident next to the pool with the lights in the window. And a certain guy named Ryan.
No. That was Columbia.
Oh, that was Missouri?
That was
I
Mizzou.
didn't go to Columbia.
Yeah, that was Mizzou.
I never went to Mizzou, I don't think. Anyway.
No, I was thinking of the REGENCY. You were not on that. That was Columbia. I know I didn't go to Lincoln.
That was a no frills that I didn't go to, yeah.
Yes.
I swear it was Lincoln, Nebraska, and we were at this hotel by the pool that was like closed off, but it was indoors, and we had Christmas lights Somebody had Christmas lights and somebody closed the door and they got cut. Anyway, we ended up, out of all of the restaurants, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings there because they still had the reserve stash of honey barbecue as it was a limited flavor. I asked them if I could have they had a big sauce bottle thing on the wall, like a cardboard cutout. I asked them if I could have it and they said no. And I was very angry. 20 years ago. Amazing. But now it's a permanent flavor. And so long story short, I think out of all of the flavors, for whatever reason, that's my favorite honey barbecue, like wing sauce. There's several other styles. Love a good buffalo sauce. Very vinegary. Enough spice to give you the bite, but not overly stupid like the blazing sauce at B-Dubs. So I think those are things that make or break a restaurant for me, with the sauces.
Local geek.
Long tangent.
Mine, I'm going to go with the Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A. We tend to keep a bottle of that in our fridge to put on just about everything.
I just had a thought. Parmesan garlic at B-Dubs. Overrated. I hate that sauce.
Oh, so totally.
Yeah, that one's not good.
No,
I hate that sauce.
It's not good. I have to issue a core addendum. The actual best sauce, and I thought of it as soon as Kidder said like house made. Out here, we have Taco Time Northwest, and they have their specific hot sauce, and it is so good to the point where they now have to. They used to have, you could go in the restaurant and they had the little thing where you could like pump little things full of it. They don't have that anymore, and they limit you. You can only get like 4 cups of it per order because it is so good. But I get it, and I put it on everything. I put it in the taco. I get what they used to call them Mexi fries, but that created, so now they're called like spicy tater tots or something. I don't even know, but I get those, and you dip those in it. Like everything gets the Taco Time sauce treatment. It is so good.
Doc, I heard you talk about Taco Time.
Jennifer Lopez does not need to be here.
My name is Jennifer.
All right.
For the 10 people who get that, thank you very much.
For question 4, we go back to Kidder leading off. Worst fast food burger.
Man, I've had a lot of burgers over the years. I would like to take the cheap way out and say whichever restaurant has the lamest staff who does not give any cares in the world. Because I've had some pretty bad burgers over the years. Stuff thrown in the containers. Kind of like the SpongeBob burger at Wendy's. That was pretty bad. But I think it was because the people who made it had potential. I have to ask for clarification on your question related to the burgers, and we're going way into the weeds with this, so I'm not sorry. When you're talking about the worst burgers, are you talking about the quality or the taste or the texture, the thickness? What is your baseline for the worst burger?
Well, the thing is, this is subjective, Kidder. It's supposed to be a hot take. You're just supposed to go, I didn't like this burger. Here it is. You can choose whatever qualifiers you want to what makes it the worst burger. It's kind of like the last question was about fast food, and you named Buffalo Wild Wings, which really isn't a fast food place. I didn't really care. I'm not going to get that technical with it. So just what do you think is the worst fast food burger? And you could say, I choose this because I don't like how it tastes, or I don't like this because I don't like the texture. I don't like this thing because they put this stupid sauce on it. It's up to you, man. Up to you. These are AI-generated questions. No thought went into writing them.
I kind of want to go back to the last question. I don't know. All of the burgers are almost... No, they're not. Arby's. Arby's is the worst freaking burger. I tried the Wagyu burger. That is a pile of steaming garbage. Get that out of here. Give me your roast beef. Give me your ham. Get that pile of garbage over here. I don't care that you now own Buffalo Wild Wings Corporation. Garbage. That burger is trash.
Stick to what you know.
What was the last question again about fast food restaurants? Sauce?
Well, it was just the sauce that makes or breaks the fast food experience.
Oh.
And you
Most of the fast food places only have, like, if you're fast food truly, it's only the standard condiments. But I mean, to Doc's information there, Raising Cane sauce, very good. The Arby's sauce, like horsey sauce, very good.
The 3 pepper sauce is good too.
Yes, 3 peppers good. Fire sauce at Taco Bell.
You pick fire over Diablo?
Yes. Just for the flavor.
Okay.
I like the Diablo with the spice, but the fire sauce is better flavor.
Okay.
Rehashing Howard's questions. Hot takes. All hot takes. It's so hot, but not the hot sauce, because the hot sauce sucks. Don't get the hot sauce.
I think the local geek is glad that he follows you, because he gets so much time to think about his answer.
He goes first next, so I don't give a what.
Local geek, worst burger.
So before I answer that, I have to tell a story. I have my answer.
Tell a story now. Oh, you give me garbage for tell a story.
But growing up, my dad, we always took a family vacation somewhere. And when my cousins got to around like 10, 12 years old, he would take one of them on that trip with us. And one of my cousins was a super, super picky eater, like burgers and fries. That's all he would eat. So on the trip we took him with, I think we went out to California, if I remember right. We stopped at a Wendy's, and he refused to eat the hamburger because it was square.
Yeah.
So my actual answer, though, I'm gonna go with the Whopper again.
I figured.
What was the question?
And I'm going to say any of the Whoppers where they did the weird bun things, like the Halloween Whopper with the black bun, and the Wednesday Whopper with the purple bun, and in Brazil, the Barbie Whopper with the pink bun. Like, just stop.
You remember the black bun Whopper?
Yeah, it was made with A1 steak sauce. It was nasty.
Well, if it was A1, it would have been delicious.
No, it was A1 in the bun.
Yeah.
And it was,
if it was actually, it to me, it didn't taste like it was actually made with A1.
No, it didn't. But
was that the Scary Whopper? Is that what it was called?
It was the Halloween Whopper. 2015.
Yeah. The only thing I remember about trying that is my poop was green as the plants in your office.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, no, like because
listen, I know.
When you eat things that are unnaturally colored,
it's correct. It was like Local Geek's lair. I mean, it was green, and I was going, "That is not right." I did not eat that.
All right, our last Howard's hot take question.
Look at his next drink.
The last question that I have, starting with the Local Geek. Fast food breakfast sandwich worth waking up for. So the best fast food breakfast sandwich.
Egg McMuffin's my go-to.
Curtis?
There is, I have found fast food breakfast that I will eat and tolerate, but there's actually no fast food breakfast that I truly seek out. There's just something about like the way they make the eggs they put on, like it just doesn't. So if I have people who are like, we really want to go to fast food for breakfast, I will generally try and steer them toward Burger King so that I can actually get lunch food instead of breakfast food, because fast food breakfast has just never like sat well with me. I'll eat it, but I don't ever seek it out.
Burger King's French toast sticks are pretty bomb too.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just like fast food breakfast has just never really appealed to me.
Get her. Fast food breakfast sandwich worth waking up for?
It's a tie for 2. McDonald's and Burger King. The bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese at McDonald's. And the croissant sandwich, bacon, egg, and cheese at Burger King. Both fantastic. I could eat 3 or 4 of those and be happy for the morning.
I mean, I guess I will say I do like Burger King. Like they do like the little like tater round, or they're like the coin shaped tater tots. I do like that, but the sandwiches not so much.
Nice. And hey, that was Howard's hot takes.
I also will share. Round 2. I have Two Towns Cider House, which is out of Corvallis, Oregon. This is their strawberry lemonade, 6.5% alcohol by volume, made with real strawberries and lemons. And it's actually pretty good. It's probably a little more sour than it is sweet, which I actually like. I like sour things. It's like kind of the right balance for me. I would give this probably a 4 out of 5. It's pretty good. Say fruity and quenching strawberry packs the best of the West into every juicy West Coast strawberry and tangy California Meyer lemons to blend perfectly with Northwest apples to make a pink lemonade cider that will have you living your best life. That last part I think is a bit of a stretch, but pretty good.
Howard, do you want to say the thing?
Oh, the whole everybody, welcome to everybody's second favorite segment on the show. What's on tap? Round 2.
Sorry, I got ahead of you there.
It's okay. It's okay. It happens. It took a while before JS got into the habit of going, Howard, say the thing.
I should have picked up on that because he does, and
Yeah, he cues me on that one. But you go back to like the first few episodes with JS, and he's like, I'm having another, and he's cracking it to the next one.
Well, I had already opened it up during the last segment, so I was like, well, before I forget to mention it. So,
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. But Kidder, I'm guessing you're having another.
I definitely need another, and I'm out. And so, aside from going into stuff that I've already had, I mean, I've had this on the show as well, but I have other stuff I've just had. It's a Shiner, because everything's finer in Shiner, Texas at the Spatzel Brewery. Every drop of Shiner is brewed in Spatzel, Texas. At the Shiner, Texas, Spatzel Brewery, whatever. We've talked about this thing on the show. Whatever. I'm going to drink it. I don't care.
Okay. And
I can't be here tonight, so
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty short segment because I'm out and I'm good. I'm not going to have another. And the local geeks on call.
You're good. So you better have a shot, like a palate cleanser.
I have nothing to take a shot out of, so
the bottle.
Not going to do that.
I will say, when you asked for the numbers earlier, I was hoping that those were secretly like queuing up the mystery shots, but
usually that's like pick a number between 1 through 5.
I mean, I was like, wow, 1 through 60. Like, I was like, you got a pretty stocked bar there, but
No, I don't. And we're having Junior's birthday party tomorrow, so and it's at like 11, so I can't be too out of it. So
I have to be up for a meeting because we have a class tomorrow, so I have to be at a meeting at 5:30 a.m. So it's all good. But it's only I'm 2 hours earlier than you, so it's not as
yeah. Yeah, for you, this is like this is the perfect time for podcasting. For us, we're pushing midnight.
Yeah, like I literally was finishing up dinner when we hopped on earlier. I was like, oh, I gotta hurry up and finish eating.
So yeah, it works out well for those on the West Coast. Those of us in Central Time. Be a little rough
the end of May, I'll be in New York City, so we'll see how that goes. 'Cause I'll be an hour later than you all. So.
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
Curious to see what I'll be able to find to bring too, because I'm not bringing anything with me. So we'll see what I run into some random bodega and see what they have on the shelf.
There you go. There's a chance. There's a chance you could pick up something that knocks off one of the states we haven't had.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to take a look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of these days we will finish off all 50 states. It's a good goal.
Most of the Northeast is pretty well knocked off. There's a couple states still up there, though.
Yeah. I have a feeling like JS knows that there's stuff down in the South that we need, but I have a feeling he's going to forget.
At the same time, though, I just took a peek at the states that have a 0, and I don't know that I want to try a beer from some of those states, to be honest. I'm good at that because I don't want to call anybody out.
Well, I mean, it goes to show that those are clearly harder states for us to get a hold of. We just haven't had anybody travel through those areas or have contacts there. So those are just clearly harder states, or they just don't have a big enough presence to go like nationwide. So
I was going to say distribution's a problem for some of them because they've got breweries. They're just super small, and to get them distributed this far north would be tough.
And yet Local Geek and his network of spies have not been able to get us brews from those states.
I'm curious though, because I'm looking at the list and I see it's just the 50 states, and I'm wondering, like, have you tracked the territories at all? Because next February I'll be back in Puerto Rico.
I have not added the territories, although I do track where everything's made.
I was going to say, I'm just scanning the list of where everything's based, and I'm not seeing anything from there. So, I mean, it's almost a year before I go there, but I'll keep in mind when I'm there.
JS did hint he's got Jamaica coming for us. So,
nice.
And one of the things you can always also do, Curtis, is even if you are like drinking it there, if you want to just record a video and send it in, like our friend Big D, who's over in Germany, and because of that and the time change, it doesn't work for him to be on the show anymore. But he'll send me videos every now and then. So like a beer that he's having over in Europe, and he'll send it in, and usually I put it behind the curtain.
That reminded me. So, a few weeks ago, I was in Houston for a conference, and at one of the receptions, they had, free drinks available. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the local beer that they have, because I got to try the local beer, which was the Karbach Hapadilla. And I took a photo of it because it's an IPA, and I sent it to Kidder, and I was like, I got this one just for you. He said, haha, good luck. And then I tried it, and I said, it's not the worst, but I won't be repeating it for round 2. And in fact, I was like, my next one, I'm going to go get a Blue Moon to cleanse my palate. And his response was, you're going to have to mention that on the next show. And then I totally forgot on the last one. So
nope, you actually did say it. You did. So I know I edited that episode last night.
I feel okay. I was trying to think of how long ago. I was like, how long was it since I got back from there? But no, you're right. Yeah.
Because you had a Blue Moon on the episode, so
there it is.
You had a Blue Moon Belgian White, and then you told that story. So
there you go. All right. That was late in the episode, and so the memory is a little bit foggy.
I mean, listen, that happens when you get to like table 9 or 10, and on this startling revelation, Kidder, we've been talking fast food for quite a while. It's time we wrap this show up with some cheap plugs.
That's it?
I mean, that's it. Our hot takes took up like 45 minutes of the show. I don't know what to tell you.
God, man, I didn't know if we had content for this. So I thought we were still like around the first part of the episode where everybody's trying to figure out what to talk about.
Nope. That Howard's hot takes killed a good chunk of the time we had to fill.
Well, you want a hot take? Here's a hot take. What pisses me off is Famous Dave's got rid of their pineapple rage sauce, which was fantastic. It was heat, it was pineapple, it was barbecue, and hot damn, it was delicious. I know Doc is shaking his head like, what? No, but it was fantastic because it was hot, savory, sweet, delicious barbecue sauce. You pair that with the pineapple steaks, which they also got rid of like some communist nation. Unbelievable. I don't know what else to say. So beerbluesbs.com. Please visit it and join us there. What? Howard, what?
I'm just laughing at that because, places like Cuba that tend to be kind of communist, but also could have pineapples. So wouldn't make sense for them to get rid of the pineapple steaks. But anyway.
And you know why I don't like the Cuban food? Because they use cucumber.
Anyway, let's get to cheap plugs.
Well, beerbluesbs.com is our website, beerbluesbs.com, and Local Geek is saying it's time for bed. Beerbluesbs.com. Again, please visit our website, beerbluesbs.com. Our Facebook's there, our Instagram's there. Like, share, subscribe. Please join us in the social medias. We'd love for you to be part of our social media. So like the show and stay up to date with the updates of the show, which are really funny clips. So you don't have to watch the show. But please watch the show. Click the thumbs up button on the audio versions and the video version. Help us and share the show. Please share the show. Click share, because it'll help get to other people who may enjoy the show. And we would love for you to be part of the show and for your friends to be part of the show and for your enemies to be part of the show, because that's content that we need for the show. So please join the show. Thank you. Facebook, Instagram, our website, beerbluesbs.com. Also buy stuff like pint glasses and signs, which actually it's over here. Sorry, it's over there. I used to have it right over here, but it's over there now. beerbluesbs.com would be a great place to do that. Buy our stuff. Thanks. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs is the place for you to donate and to buy stuff from our store. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs is right here at the bottom of the screen if you're watching the video version. And if you're listening to this right now, you can watch this train wreck happen in front of your face. Or just go to the show notes because it's down there. And that would be awesome. So please and thank you. Doc looks like he has a final thought, so let's go over to him first. Or he's having a stroke. I don't know.
No, I'm good. I would say that I guess my final thought would be that be careful about giving your opinion about something quickly, because sometimes if you give it a little more thought, you might end up at a different answer, as several of us did during the hot takes round.
It's a very thoughtful piece of information. Local Geek.
Give me a little more time to think and I might change it.
Ooh. We're going to have to give you a half penny to life for that. Local Geek, what are you thinking about over there?
I'm going to go a little bit JS style here. If you're traveling with a young child, make sure that when you get to the destination that there's going to be time for them to burn some of their energy from sitting in the car for 6 hours off. Otherwise, you may end up staying up until nearly midnight with a small child. And then waking up before 6 a.m. Yeah.
That'll sit with you hopefully just as well as the chair sitting off to the right of Local Geek. Howard Blues, your final thought.
All right, folks. We've chewed the fat, or perhaps deep fried it, on the wild world of fast food tonight. And beneath the crispy coatings of the sugary swirls, there's something kind of human about it all. We're all looking for a quick fix, a little comfort, a moment of greasy, guilty pleasure. Whether it's a nostalgic bite of your childhood favorite or a brand new bizarre concoction that tickles your taste buds, it's a shared experience. And maybe, just maybe, in a world that often feels too complicated, too overwhelming, there's a simple, undeniable truth in a perfectly seasoned fry or a surprisingly good burger. It's a reminder that sometimes the simple things, the little indulgences, are what get us through. So next time you find yourself pulling up to that drive-through window, remember, you're not just ordering a meal. You're partaking in a cultural phenomenon, a shared moment of humanity, one delicious bite at a time. Now go forth, indulge responsibly, and keep those blues alive. Howard Blues, signing off.
I think you broke Kidder.
With that, it's the end of the show. No. For Howard Blues, who can't breathe, for Doc, who is really laughing, and Local Geek, who's just happy to be here, I'm still Mark Kidder. Thanks for joining us for this episode and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Keep your glass half full. There's free beer tomorrow. And we will catch you on that AI-generated cheap method of finding a final thought method of talking Tuscan Highway. Have a great episode. Have a great episode. We almost did.
You broke him. You broke him.
The molecules aren't connecting. So on that final note, have a great day. Have a great time. Have a great whenever and wherever you are. I'm Mark Kidder, and we'll see you on the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Please join us again.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't read it before I read it, but I didn't expect the AI to go that hard.
We spent like half the time you were reading that with his face like buried in his hands.
Yeah, I did not expect it to go that hard. No.
I'm surprised you didn't break while you were reading it.
I was trying my hardest. It did help when someone would laugh. Then I would almost lose it. But yeah, I just asked it. I'm like, hey, Gemini, write me a final thought for an episode that is featured fast food and, make it thoughtful and insightful. That's what it produced. And I didn't read it like before I read it. I finished typing it almost right before Kidder called on me, so
I don't think he's recovered yet.
I am not. I have not consumed enough alcohol for this. I was gonna say I'm not drunk enough for this, but I'm not drunk yet. So.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.